Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Teddy, aka Teddy Bear XD, and today we're going to be going over some more Jungle Cup battles, but this time I'm going to be spotlighting Breloom as a Vigoroth counter. So Breloom with counter as a fast move and dynamic punch as a charge move, as well as Sludge Bomb. I'm currently not running Sludge Bomb because I don't think it's that necessary at the moment, just for testing out. Counter's going to do enough against Vigoroth that it doesn't matter too much what your other move is. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into the video. So other things you're going to want to have on your team when you're running Breloom is a flying counter, because flyers are going to do 4 times damage to Breloom since it is grass and fighting. So I'm bringing Raichu, as well as trying out Sceptile with Fury Cutter and Leaf Blade, just to kind of try out this team comp. And I do lead Breloom, and he leads Vigoroth. I've found people like leading Vigoroth, so starting Breloom is sort of safe. He brings in Noctowl right away, and I have the flying counter in Raichu. And he goes ahead and throws a Nightshade. It is the best move against electric types, since it'll do neutral damage as opposed to resisted damage in flying moves. We're lagging a little bit here. He does get off his charge move, and I'm spamming trying to get the Brick Break off. Eventually it works, so I get it off. And he does decide to block. I'm going to go for the Brick Break again. He does get off a move before I do, and I'm going to block it. So I throw the Brick Break. And he does decide to double block, which is excellent for me. He does switch out into Fortress. And I switch into Sceptile. Not a great move. I should have just stayed with Raichu and hit him with the charge move. Instead, I just get taken out because Bug Bite's good against grass. So that was a pretty bad mistake on my part. This is not a great matchup either, but I know I can get to Dynamic Punch pretty fast to do a lot of damage. And it just takes it out. Dynamic Punch does so much damage. So here I spam to try to get to Dynamic Punch as soon as possible, and I end up doing that before he gets a charge move off, which is very good. He brings in Noctowl, which just finished me off right away, but I have a charge move ready on Raichu, and I'm able to get to it before he feints me. So the big mistake I made was just bringing Sceptile in. So we take the first game. I am playing against Youngsta Joey, one of the people I met at regionals. He's a pretty good competitor, and we just hit Ultra Friends. So getting some battles in with him. He starts Venomoth, and I start Sceptile here. This is a fairly good matchup for me. So here I build up enough energy for Aerial Ace, and I'm going to try to bait a shield with Leaf Blade. I block the Silver Wind. And I do successfully get that shield bait off. And go for the Aerial Ace right afterwards to either burn a second shield or do a lot of damage. And he does decide to let it through, so I can fan him down with fast moves. So hopefully I can get a leaf blade off, and I barely am able to get a leaf blade off. Not going to do that much damage, but it does a little bit. So here probably not a good idea to bring in Breloom, so I bring in Raichu here. And I'm trying to shield bait him again with Brick Break. But he does not fall for it. It's not a terrible move to throw there, but not great. So I think this is Heavy Slam. I do predict that correctly, and I go for the Brick Break again. Gets him fairly low. And I got a little worried there that he would either feint me or get to a charge move, so I throw Brick Break. And he does decide to take it. Brings in Vigoroth, finishes me off right away. But I Breloom in the back. Here's the matchup we're talking about. So he does get off a charge move. It doesn't really matter when I block here, so I go ahead and block the first body slam, and I decide just to go with fast moves, and I'm able to finish him off. It would have been close if he'd got to another body slam. He probably would have feinted me. He was probably very close, so that was a really close game. But you can say Breloom doesn't even really need to throw a charge move. Counter does a lot of damage to Vigoroth by itself. So this one I switch it up a little bit. Starting the lead out with Venomoth, as well as bringing in that Alolan Golem. Oh, never mind, the Fortress and Vigoroth. So not bringing Breloom this time. So I do lead Venomoth, and he leads Noctowl, so that's really bad. So I need to get out as soon as possible. And I bring in Vigoroth. This is actually a positive matchup for Vigoroth. He gets off Sky Attack, and Vigoroth is fairly tanky, so I don't need a block. Does a pretty good amount of damage still. And I piggyback off him here. Use the Body Slam. He does switch out to Heracross, which is a good counter for Vigoroth as well. But I am able to get to that Body Slam. And he does burn a shield. So Venomoth is a great choice here, as Heracross is fighting. So Confusion's going to do a lot of damage. He gets a charge move off. Even though it's not very effective, it does a lot of damage. But I didn't want to get farmed by Noctowl. So I charge up to Silver Wind, get that off. Not going to do a lot, but it'll do some. And I immediately switch out to Fortress. He does get a charge move off, and I have 2 shields. So I go ahead and burn one. And he just barely doesn't get to another charge move. That would have hurt. And his last Pokemon is Cradily, so I'm not worried at all. Just go ahead and throw heavy slams at it. It'll be super effective against Cradily, because it is rock type, and we're using steel moves here. He does get off a charge move, but I have a shield and it wouldn't really have mattered anyway. And we finish it off. So Fortress is so strong in this cup. It's pretty amazing. Even versus Noctowl, it's a fine matchup. And Noctowl is supposed to counter it. So here I decided to go back to Breloom, and I'm running Breloom and Vigoroth, so 2 counter users on the same team. The only thing I really need to be worried about is flyers and bugs, so I bring Alolan Golem as kind of a counter to Breloom and Vigoroth counters. So he starts Vigoroth again. This is a great matchup for me. Hitting those counters, he brings in Noctowl and I bring in Alolan Golem. As you've probably seen from my other videos, you don't need to throw charge moves and you don't need to block. It does no damage. Since it's both rock and electric type, it's going to double resist sky attack. So he just barely gets me to half after 2 charge moves and a bunch of fast moves. So I have a lot of energy here. I'm going to throw a Rock Blast at whatever comes out. It's going to do neutral damage versus Vigoroth. Not too much damage, but I am able to get to his second Rock Blast. And it does force the shield, as that would have put him pretty low. And bring Breloom back in to deal with the Vigoroth. And he immediately switches out to Fortress, and I switch out to Vigoroth. This is a decent matchup for Vigoroth. It would have been worse if I'd kept Breloom in, so that's why I switched. I was trying to bait the shield there, but he does not fall for it. I have 2 shields here, so I'm just trying to conserve HP on this Vigoroth. I'm just trying to finish him off with fast moves so I can fire off 2 body slams real quick. So I burn both shields here. And I do finish it off. So now I'm going to throw a body slam at whatever comes out, and it's Vigoroth. And I'm able to throw 2 right away, and he's gone. So I feel like even running 2 counter users in Breloom and Vigoroth is pretty good, as long as you bring something like electric or rock type to counter the other types. Preferably rock, because bug is going to be an issue as well. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Breloom as a good Vigoroth counter. Let me know what other Vigoroth counters you guys come up with. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you guys later.